One, two. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Shortkut, where you at, brother? Shortkut, where you at? Are you there? Shortkut. Looking for Shortkut. What's up, Soul Safari? There you go. We're waiting for Shortkut. Mary Nightingale.
Yo,
Shortkut, oh
yo.
my God. There we go. You're there.
What up, brother?
Word up, where you at?
San Francisco.
I thought you were living in near Sacramento.
Oh, no, well, it's kind of near Sacramento, but it's San Francisco area.
North Bay, Richmond.
No, actually, Vallejo.
That video you posted the other day when there was like a fire at the side of the highway, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Vallejo got a bad, well, that was last year, but the brush fire was crazy. Yeah, it was a big fire out here at one point.
What? So did the fires all stop? That's all finished?
Oh, yeah, that's finished. That's a long time ago. But yeah, when that happened, that was crazy. It shut down like the whole city almost.
So you were just driving down the highway and there was a friggin' thing of a blaze at the side?
Yeah, yeah. That's when the winds were high out here, and it was a crazy time.
You know, I was in Australia and they had those mad forest fires and I was there. The fire was all the way around Sydney.
Oh yeah, yeah. I flew over that shit at one point too. It's crazy, man. Like,
So I was there at the end of November and we left the city to go to Canberra, which is the capital.
capital,
And
yeah, yeah.
so as soon as you're out of the kind of basin, like in LA, you can look back at the city and there's this like mad like cloud all over Sydney. And I was like, that's just crazy. Like that smoke all going to those people.
Yeah, can you imagine especially the animals too? That
I read that
wildlife. Like it's
I
crazy.
read 5 million animals died. 5 million indigenous Australian animals died in that fire. Maybe more now.
Crazy, man. Crazy times.
You know, and then straight after that, there's this like COVID thing, and everybody's on lockdown.
Yeah, how is it out there right now? Are you
Uh,
guys
because
is it
I'm in
still locked down?
Spain. I'm in Spain, right? And the lockdown is pretty severe. Like they got like the police on the street. You got to produce the certificate if you want to go out. To say the only reason you can go out is to go to the supermarket or to go to the hospital,
Oh damn.
right? And only like 2 weeks ago, they've been doing this for what 10 weeks, and then only like 2 weeks ago you could go out to do exercise, right? And only like last week, like maybe 7 days ago, you could children could go out.
And how long has it been? How long's the lockdown been for you guys now?
Uh, it started March the 14th, so that's like 10 weeks, and it's and it's pretty. But you know what? The crazy thing is, like I've been watching those things in America with those people protesting, like, oh, it's against our freedom, all this shit that we're on lockdown. I never saw anyone here complain about it. They're like people just like there's a virus and this ain't nothing to do with politics. It is what it is, you know.
Right.
It's about protecting lives, and this ain't nothing about if you vote for this party or that party or whatever, you know. It's everybody's in it, and yeah, man, it's everybody's screwed in one sense because, like, especially for DJs, we're DJs, you know, we make money from rocking clubs.
Oh man, we're the
And
first ones. We're the first ones to feel it. Anyone art and music, right?
yeah, and it's like, and like people are talking about, you know, I hear these people talking about, oh man, my life is screwed. And I'm like, as soon as the lockdown's finished, you can go back to your job working at, you know, the service industry or working in the hardware shop or, you know, in the sports place, whatever. Most of those places are going to open. When are the clubs are going to open?
Not for a while.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
So that's
Like,
what. So that's coming down to the streaming thing that everyone's doing. I mean,
yeah.
I
And it's
think
like,
that's the way of
even
the
if
world
clubs are
at this
like,
point.
and I read that people said, oh yeah, maybe clubs are open, but they'll make you wear the face mask. And I'm like, do you want to go to a club wearing a face mask?
Yeah, or lift your face mask just to take a drink. Like
Not really, you
that's
know
not.
what I
It's not.
mean?
It's not. The clubs ain't gonna happen for a while. I mean,
Yeah,
that's my prediction. I don't see it to be honest till next year, if that.
you
So
know, so yeah, but the streaming thing is cool. So I mean, I got on that. I was when you texted me, I was like, I set all my stuff up, and then my camera fell over, and my phone
Oh.
fell behind my cupboard that I've got all my records at, and the cupboard weighs like flipping, I don't know, 500 pounds.
Oh shit! So you have to move a bunch of stuff just to.
Get the phone, because the phone fell
Oh
behind
man.
it.
Oh, all good,
You know,
man. What's up to
you know what
everyone
I
in the
mean?
room?
So you're doing a whole bunch of these live streams.
Yeah, man. I'm on 6 nights a week. I do a different theme every night, and I mean, it's grown. I've been doing it for it's been 7 weeks now, and
I mean that's the incredible thing, because I've known you for a long time, and a lot of turntablists. But with you, always stood out for me in a certain aspect, because some turntablists are perhaps purists, or they just stick to just like hip hop, and specifically just 90s hip hop. Do you know what I mean? They're just all about, we're just doing that 90s, or DJ Premier and all that, and that's cool. But you're the guy, and you're playing like disco and funk and house and boogie and reggae and Latin, and of course hip hop, and every type of hip hop, and then 80s and 70s and 90s, um and that always, I was always like, because that's like how I am too, because I always loved all those genres. I never, like, when I got into DJing, and reading stories about Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash and all those kind of people who laid the foundation for me, there was no hip hop records in those days. They were
right,
just
right.
playing breaks and funk, and made hip hop from those records.
No, for sure, for sure. I mean,
But everything is hip hop.
no,
If you're
I mean,
back in disco or
hip hop
house
is.
or whatever.
I mean, hip hop is stems from everything. I mean, for me, here being growing up in the Bay Area, there was a big sound system scene, and that's where I came from. And when you're part of a sound system, when you DJ parties and weddings and all that stuff, you play for everybody. So you got to be able to get ready to play for anybody, like play all kinds of music. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's where I learned how to play 70s, 80s, freaking, you know what I mean? Like, house, and just, be able to, I learned through the sound system scene. My days in the sound system scene is you have to be prepared to play for anyone who's in front of you, no matter who it is. You know what I mean? So that's why I play a little bit of everything. But, along the way, then that's why I found love for reggae, dancehall, house,
But how do you
funk,
do
soul,
that?
all that.
But
So,
like nowadays, everybody's like, a lot of people are digital. But how do you do that back in the day? You used to take like
oh,
10 crates.
records. Yeah. I mean, my sound system was 13 deep. So we had like 3 main DJs, and everyone else was, you know, handle the records, or, set up the lights, the sound, all that stuff. And you know what I mean? And I did that from 87 to 95. So even well into my battle years, I was still doing mobiles.
When
Koki, what's up, brother?
a friend of mine was the tour manager when Tommy Boy did their 20th anniversary tour, like, I don't know, ages ago, in Europe. It was DJ Maceo from De La Soul, Prince Paul, and Arthur Baker.
Oh wow, Tommy Boy
And
Blue.
between the three of them, they had something like 40 crates of records,
I believe it.
catching flights every day.
Yeah, I mean
40 crates. Do you know how much excess luggage that is?
that's like down payment for. I mean that's mortgage payments right there.
Yeah, you're talking. Yeah, it was like the guy. I mean, the tour manager. I mean, the tour broke even and all, because people wanted to see it because it was sick. But 40 crates. Imagine what kind of vehicle you would need to bring 40 crates, 40 boxes, the big ones, the ones that hold 100.
I don't see how you can even check that in. You know what I mean? Like that's like half the freaking cargo hold. So
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? That was how it. Now you just have Serato.
yeah, man. I
So
mean,
I wanted the reason so that was the reason anyway. I wanted to hit you up because I knew, because that's where I came from too. I came from sound systems, and I came from rocking Good Times and all kinds of things like that from back in the day. And you have to play in the UK, you had to play for everyone. It wasn't like being in Jamaica or being maybe somewhere else where you had to be ready to play straight dance hall, or maybe play funk and boogie, maybe play Shaka Khan, maybe play, what I mean, Crystal Waters, play some house, play hip hop, play
yo,
anything.
I mean, when I'm talking about mobiles here, I mean, besides all the current pop stuff, we had to learn how to play freaking country, how to play fucking uh, what the hell is that? Cha cha music, like just old old folks. You know what I mean? I did a lot of 18th birthday parties for girls and stuff. Like they were
Yeah.
called their debuts,
Yeah.
and you know, of course, it's always the older parents and uncles who help throw those parties. So I have to play for them first, and I have to play real like, like rock around the clock type shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just being able to kind of, that's where I learned most of my music background, as far as just like, people who like all the requests that all like, older folks used to request. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I think, now I mean, it's coming full circle. Like, back in like the '90s, when you were a hip hop head, it was just all about the hip hop shit. Everything else sucked. Even some house sucked to some dance hall. I mean, to some hip hop cats. You know what I mean? But now, it's all about being well rounded, and I thank God it's that way now, because I learned that from growing up in the sound system scene out here. So, and
Yeah,
that
for real.
I could see how it is for you too. Like, same thing. It's being able to be ready to play for everybody. So.
And that's what I appreciate the most. Like I love that guy Scratch Bastard. Just the way that.
Oh yeah.
Just the name makes you think that he's going to be something else, but he's one soulful, mellow guy,
Yeah,
very
absolutely,
funky.
man.
And that actually is another good point, because with scratching, I know like so many different scratch DJs, and I work to so many different people, and some people are just like, I want to scratch really fast. I want to do everything that, what I mean, Cuba and Invisible Scratch Pickles did, but I'm going to do it like so fast and forget about the funk.
I mean, like I said, now it's definitely now apples and oranges when it comes to the whole battle scene. Like, I try to keep up with it myself, but just, for me, it was all about the head nod and the selection. So that's something I'm kind of missing about the battle scene, but it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
real.
so, you know what I'm saying? So, what's
Anyway,
up to everyone in the room? I'm seeing a lot of names pop up in the room. So, what's up, y'all? Glad y'all hanging out with us for
So I
this.
wanted so the idea behind this little thing I was doing was tune for tune.
Yes,
And
sir.
growing up, it was like we're talking about sound systems, where you had one tune
Yes,
to
sir.
play against another selector. That's all you had. And
Oh
it
yeah,
wasn't about,
I've been in a sound clash before, so I've been in
you know what I mean?
two
But
for
just
two
for other
before.
people
Yeah,
listening. And I'm not clashing you or anything like that. It
not
was
at all.
and it's very difficult. The idea was more about, with this one with you, was to do like tunes that inspired you to be who you are, or to DJ and stuff like that. And I just dug through my boxes and pulled out 5 songs that kind of inspired me in the same way. So I'm going to play my first selection.
Yes, sir.
And then this group, just when they came out, Stetsasonic,
Woo, good one.
in 1986, the album, the way they were wearing troop tracksuits, I don't know, that was, that kind of blew me away. Prince Paul, his first kind of stuff as a DJ.
Restore me with everlasting energy. My rhyme does work when I put it to use. Makes me glow when I'm walking up and down the do. And when I'm shopping on the Lassie buying brand new gear, girls always want to whisper something in my ear. At a show, old ladies even waiting in line. And it all takes place on account of my rhyme.
We got Prince Paul.
Exactly. They Stetsasonic came to London last year, and they built a show, and I didn't go, but I know a lot of my friends went there, and only like 2 of the original members turned up. And I know Frequent died, but Daddy O
Yeah.
didn't come, and
Oh, well,
Prince Paul
how
didn't
can
come, and
Daddy O not come?
I know. And then he was like the next day apologizing, and I'm like, you guys haven't done shit for like 20 years, and you had a big concert, and like, I don't know, 500 people turned up, and you didn't get your shit together.
Some reunions weren't meant to be, or some reunion some reunion
I
tours
know,
weren't
right?
meant to be. Yeah, for sure. Yo, that was a big tune, man. Let me play one. So even before I got into DJing, just watching Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince was probably one of my biggest influences. But there was a track on their album before the Rock the House album, but the album that made him blow up. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper.
Yeah.
There was a track that wasn't even really a track, but I think it pretty much changed my life. And I could honestly say that this track changed my life. It's not even really a song, but it was a track on the album. Jazzy Jeff live at Union Square, 1986.
Everybody, let me hear you say ho! Hey, ho, ho! Now, ladies, how are you? Got the ladies in the house, say ah.
Jazzy Jeff's scratching on this is like ridiculous. And this is something I try to copy each and every time. Like I have to play it back and lift the needle and put it back to the beginning just so I can copy the scratches.
Oh, boy, make some noise. Let me hear you say yeah! Say hell. Hey, y'all down with your beats? My DJ is going by the code of Jazzy Jeff. In a little while, y'all gonna check out the Cuban Lingo, Ready Rock C, right? But right
Hold on.
Take her out. Backwards. Jazzy transform. Just DJ Jazzy Jeff on the transformer scratch.
Man, that absolutely changed my life. Like seriously. And I would say honestly, that's probably one of the main tunes, like the first tune that made me want to be a DJ, and that was '86.
They were such an incredible group.
Oh, just the concept of MC and rapper, right? Like,
and you know what? It was funny, right? Because that's some '80s shit. And then in the '90s, they had like the big hit "Summertime" written by Rakim. But after that, like Will Smith did a few things that I don't know, maybe a little bit cheesy or something, and then he became an actor, and a lot of people were like, kind of wrote him off maybe. But it was like, it's interesting to see like that guy Joyner Lucas bring him back and showing like what an influence and what an inspiration he was, like, and what he did like in the '80s, because he was an amazing rapper, Will Smith, what he did in the '80s. And as a group, they were a sick combination, and they were entertainers. First and foremost, they put on a show.
Yeah, I mean that's it's the stage show. They were what? They were the part of that Public Enemy and Run DMC tour too, right? Like,
yeah, my God, imagine seeing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in like '88.
Yeah.
Run DMC, Public Enemy, and then Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince opening up. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Well, I want to go back even further. This is like when I was like 10 years old. When I heard this record, I just like, this is like one of the first like hip hop records I heard, and like it's around the time of The Message, and there was Beat Street, and there was like Wild Style, and then there was this record, and like breakdancing and graffiti, and like hip hop was just like a movement and a dance and a colorful, and this isn't really a hip hop. I mean, it is. Well, you'll know what it is. And Melly Mel kills it.
Oh,
Melly
yeah.
Mel kills it.
Shaka Khan, let me rock, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, it's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock, Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, cause I feel for you. Shaka Khan, what you tell me what you wanna do? Do you feel for me the way I feel for you? Shaka Khan, let me tell you what I wanna do. I wanna love you, wanna hug you, wanna squeeze you. Let me take you in my arms, let me feel you with my charm, Shaka. Cause you know that I'm the one that keep you warm, Shaka. I make it more than just a physical dream. I let me rock, Shaka, baby, cause you make me wanna squeeze me. If I wanna squeeze you, if I wanna squeeze you. Let me rock it, cause I feel for you.
I used to love that record, man, and the video too.
You know what's insane about that tune to me is the fact that Prince blew up. I mean, Prince, just besides him writing it, just as he was just blowing up and just being such a big icon, he was writing for so many other people, and just that song alone, right? Like, man, crazy.
I know, right?
Man. Yeah, big tune. Another, for me, a song that I would say that definitely made me want to be a DJ. Not just because the song made me want to be a DJ, but the person who was around, and man, no words. Rest in peace.
Jump on the job, listen to the jam master as he starts to rock. And he's on his way to be the best DJ in the US of A.
Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay.
J-A-Y, all the letters of his name. Cutting and scratching all the aspects of his game. So check out the master as he cuts these jams. And look at us with the mics in our hands. Then take a count. 1, 2, 3. Jam master J. Run, D-M-M-C.
They were sick days.
Oh man, dude, Run DMC
like,
straight up.
I was like 10 years old, 11 years old then.
Oh yeah,
these records.
it was
like
probably one of the first album I ever bought was Run DMC's first album.
Wow.
with my lunch money. I saved it up.
You know what? I used to do that too. My mom used to give me lunch money. I used to get like, I don't know, like $3, $4 a day. And,
oh damn.
And,
I got.
and then like I would spend the minimum. Like I would spend like 50 cents on some, I don't know, whatever, to save up the most I could. And at the end of the week, I would have maybe like, I don't know, $20, like £30, 20 bucks. And with that, I could buy maybe 3 albums, 2 12-inches, something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Lucky
back
you,
in the
brother.
day, back in those days, a 12-inch was like £4, which is like $5 maybe, an import, a US import, and an album was like $6. It was much cheaper. Like, have you been to a record shop recently and seen how expensive records are?
Oh, what? You can't even get a record for less than $10. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was in a record. I wasn't not in the States. I was in a record store in Australia, and records there were. That's the last time I was in a record shop. Was like $30 for an album, $35, $25, $30 on vinyl.
damn.
On vinyl, you know, $10. Well, you got some good discounts there. People need to come to your record store.
I mean, my lunch money was $1 a day. You know what I'm saying? 5 days out of the week, you get $5 on a Friday. By Friday, you get $5. And 12 inches back then were like what, $2.99, almost three, close to $4. So yeah, I couldn't even buy doubles yet. I could just buy that one copy. I'm like, when I come from the record store, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to put this one record. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, crazy, crazy.
I used to buy records, and then the ones which I wasn't so keen on, or ones which, you know, because I just was trying to consume everything back then, I would tape them, and then take the record back to the shop and say, "Oh, there's something wrong with the record. Can I swap it for something else?" You know, that because not every album was like a.
Hey, that's a good one right there.
You know, but then I would just keep it on tape, and then then maybe I'd have to rebuy the record, but I wanted to have everything, you know.
Yeah, damn.
Those
crazy days. The things we had to go through just to buy records back then, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I did some illegal things too.
Yo, what's up to the chat room? Don, I see you. Unit, Hype, Gong Freak, Rome Diggity. Man, my boy Rome Diggs in this chat room he used to work at Tower Records in San Francisco, and while he was working there, I would buy records from him. Those records were $4.44. Remember that, Rome? Crazy.
I've been to a lot. Have you ever been to Banana Records in Orlando?
Is that the? Yes, I have. God, man, with the
and
warehouse.
They got like 1 million vinyls.
Yeah, there's like, even at their store it says this is not the only thing we have. We have a whole warehouse. Yeah, I spent like a whole freaking 2 days there. Like,
I went there, and I also went to that place in Sacramento that's on DJ Shadow's cover.
Oh yeah, the basement.
Yeah, and I used to know I forgot the guy's name now because I haven't spoken to him for so long. The guy who used to run the label. What's the label that Shadow had with Lyrics Born?
Damn, wrong. Say it. It's off the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
Soul
about.
Sides. Soul Sides.
Soul
No.
Sides. Soul
Yeah.
Sides. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the guy who was the label, because they're from Davis. They were running from Davis, California, which is near Sacramento. That's where the college
that's
is.
like about half an hour for me.
Right. So, and the guy who set the label up with Josh, with Shadow, was some guy from New York. It was this Indian guy. Well, he's American Indian, studying in Davis. And then we got friendly, and then he sent me there in like 95, 96. I was living in San Francisco in 96. I went there like 96, just when Shadow put that album out. And I told him, oh yeah, I know Josh, and then not that I do know him, but I just named, and he goes, okay, you can come into the 7-inch room, into the basement. And that was crazy, that place. Bought a lot of things from him.
You don't want me in a record store, bro. If I had it my way, I'd bring a sleeping bag and a portable, and I'd be happy. And maybe some water.
Well, this one, I was thinking a little bit about you, about being from California, and one of my favorite producers, one of the, I don't know, man, Dr. Dre. What can I say?
Shit.
Right about now, NWA quarters in full effect. Judge Dre residing. In the case of NWA versus the police department, prosecuting attorneys are MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Easy motherfucking E. Order. Ice Cube, take the motherfucking stand. Do you want to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help your black ass? You goddamn right. Won't you tell everybody what the fuck you gotta say? Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority. Fuck that shit cause I ain't the one for a punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to be beaten on. And thrown in jail, we can go toe to toe in the middle of a cell.
Man, like,
Big tune.
could you imagine someone like A$AP Rocky doing that now? Or any one of those big rappers now.
I mean, just the fact that, I mean, just NWA in general being a window to the world, to what was going on in LA. I mean, I can only imagine like how other parts of the world looked at that. What the fuck are they doing in LA like that? Like, but that shit was real. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So,
but I just think like somehow like with freedom of speech and stuff like that, I just don't think people would be able to do those kind of records now.
I've always said to myself, I mean, like, back in the days, they were always trying to hold down certain groups, like, now, like now you can hear nothing but drug use and all that shit. Like it's so common on the, radio, but it's like whatever, right? But they don't want another NWA. They don't want another Public Enemy. You know what I mean? Like just on some rebellious, intelligent shit. You know what I mean?
Like, you remember that Ice-T song, Cop Killer?
Oh yeah, I remember how much heat that shit got.
I know.
Damn, man.
I was watching a video when you remember that feud he had with Soulja Boy?
Oh yeah.
And then I was watching some video of Soulja Boy basically going, Ice-T, you're like a dinosaur, you're just ancient, and no one gives a fuck about you, and I'm Soulja Boy, and I'm like, and I was thinking, where the hell are you now? You know what I mean? Like the guy Ice-T was a bona fide like rap legend from the 80s, became an actor, and made even more money doing that and more respect. You know what I mean?
This too. I think is just the I think maybe a lot of new artists maybe don't keep in mind of what it is to have longevity or what it takes to have longevity. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like, yeah, exactly what you just said. Like, where's certain folks now? You know what I'm saying? It's like they feel like they're on top, but it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think just the heads know what time it is as far as who got that. I mean, Ice-T's an icon. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes.
Exactly. I was actually reading because that guy came out of prison, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Right.
And then I don't know if you know this guy called Kato, the producer. And he was anyway, he was just breaking down this thing because Tekashi 6ix9ine was complaining about why he was only number 3 in the Billboard charts, and he should be number 1, and that Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber are cheating the charts and all this shit. And this guy broke down how the Billboard charts are made, and it's radio play, it's YouTube play, and it's physical and online sales. Actual
Right.
sales, people buying your shit. And when they compared that, even though that his video got a lot of plays, Billboard have a way of seeing if you bought those views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like if you buy views, if you have like one of those bot farms, the bots only watch. No, it's not, nobody's watching, but they only click the video for 10 seconds, then re-click it, and re-click it, and re-click it. And then, so Billboard can see, well, this is a bit suspicious. Why is this person only watching it for 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds? It's not a real person. And that way, you can get 185 million views. Easy. You know? It might cost you $20,000, but you can get 185 million views. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do with that? Nothing. It's better to get 100,000 real views from real fans who are going to buy concert tickets to your show, who buy the CD, who will support you if there's coronavirus.
Yeah. For sure. Damn, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Anyway, I have to the next one.
While you're on your while you brought it to the West Coast, since I'm from the West Coast, I gotta play a tune that man, one of the kings of the Bay, if not the original king from the Bay. And man, I was bumping this album in high school like crazy. No, man, not even high school, junior high. I wasn't even supposed to be listening to this, but this is my next tune. Big tune right here.
So you motherfuckers thought I was gonna change my style.
So what are you saying, Todd?
To all you bitches, hoes, and all that shit. Here's another rap that I'm ready to spit. It goes like this. My name is Short. I'm tearing shit up like never before. Pimp, slaps, making snaps. Cold cash money and too short raps. Oakland, California, that's where I'm from. The city where the boys say you don't want none. But if you do, I'm gonna tell you this. Truths and dogs ain't really shit. Wanna roll so hard all the time. You and that bitch playing too short rhymes.
Big up Too Short. Big up my Bay Area folks in this chat too. I see y'all, Dre One.
I always wondered why the Bay Area never got more respect that it should have got.
You know what? We were a big market in the radio, with radio, but just, people will look at LA. Dude, when the first time I went to New York and I told them I was from the Bay, oh, is that near LA? Like they had, like a lot of cats had no idea. You know what I mean? That just shows you something right there. And on top of that, like me going to the East Coast, they thought I was Chinese. They didn't even know what a Filipino was. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's all good, man.
But the Bay Area,
the name of that song, Too Short, is called Cuss Words. For those of you asking in the chat room, Cuss Words. That's off the Born a Mac album.
I always rated the music that came out of the Bay, and then you had that. We down with that hyphy shit.
Yeah, man. I was doing there was a new radio station that started up, and I was right in the middle of that hyphy movement. And you know what I mean? That's the way it was out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's crazy. Where's the Bay? Is it near LA? That's funny. Anyway, so I played you some hip hop. I played you Shaka Khan. I've got to play Gregory Isaacs.
Uh-oh. Cool Ruler.
But I'm already done in the juggling. I feel rumors of war. Please, Miss African, let go me hand. You don't know me and you don't understand. You see me fresh a Chris Rainfall. So you think that me a criminal? My best friend. Ain't better since me planting.
Guru.
Down in the juggling. I feel rumors of war.
Yo,
Man,
big
I
tune,
love
big
Gregory
tune.
Isaacs.
Yo, big tune, man. Yo, my earliest memory of just dance hall and reggae, especially being my first time in New York. For I was in the new music seminar battle, DJ battle in '93. Me and my man D Styles
Yeah.
went into we went to, I think it was Brooklyn. It was a Beat Street. Goo. I might be wrong, but I think it was in it was in Brooklyn at Beat Street Records. We walked in. That was the first time we really heard like dance hall, like rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, one of the first artists I heard in the store. I gotta flex this too, so don't trip. But first artist I heard in New York at a record store, and then after this, I just bought a stack of dancehall records. After that, I couldn't go back.
I'm a junkie. I'm a junkie. Shortkut, J-Rock. This is Vadim, man, the king of the dancehall from Jamaica. This is Rock. Welcome to Jam Rock. This is a gunshot. Fuck, yo, yeah, hear me in an argument, yo. Me in a bag of chat. Yes, I am. Who and I am? Big junkie. The girls, them sugar. Yeah. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, na, na. Big junkie. Simmer. Who got the keys to my bimmer? Oh, am I? The girls, them sugar. So can I make love to one and I'm in a rush? Pass me the keys to my chucks. Oh, am I? The girls, them love. And I, we make love to precious simmer. Be junkie, a soul killer.
That's sick. You got that dub plate from Beanie Man.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, tonight I'm waiting for that. I think that's tomorrow morning for you.
Yeah.
That's like early morning for you. Beanie Man versus Bounty tonight.
Is it actually? I've been seeing that online. I didn't know what they're doing an Instagram thing.
Yeah.
Really?
They're doing tune for tune. They're doing a clash tonight, so I can't wait to check that out.
What? Beanie Man versus Bounty Killer.
Yeah, man.
Man, two classic voices.
Yes, sir.
And both of them have been like, I mean, I don't know when Bounty first started. Beanie Man came out like in the 80s.
Yeah, he was still under King Jammy.
Yeah, and I saw an interview of him and David Rodigan, and Beanie Man lost the clash to have in Jamaica. I forgot what it's called now. To Yellow Man, when Yellow Man won it in '87 or something, and Beanie Man was like 12 or 13 years old then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's still, yeah. I mean,
and I'm like, wow, he's been rocking. He's like to reggae what LL Cool J is to hip hop.
Absolutely, and still rocking.
Yeah, I mean, LL Cool J was going on tour with Z Trip, right?
Yep. Oh, yep, that's right. I think it's DJ. It's DJ.
Wow. I used to love LL Cool J, but Beanie Man, that's wow. And Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. Did you see that thing with Erykah Badu and Jill Scott?
No, I saw parts of it. I was streaming at the same time they were doing that.
Yeah, man, that was kind of crazy. And that story, because I read that story before, I heard Questlove talk about that story about how Jill Scott wrote "You Got Me," and then they got like, apparently there's like 20 versions of that song until they settled on the Erykah Badu version. I heard D'Angelo did a version, and loads of singers did versions of that song. They were just trying every singer. And I'm like, but Jill Scott is sick. Why didn't they just stay with Jill Scott? But I guess they wanted a big name. You know what I mean?
Little did they know, they're both queens. They're both icons now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, now, yeah, they're sick. They're sick. Well, you know, I've touched on a few little things. I had to finish this record. It was like, this brings back memories of when, like, before hip hop was really like, before people knew what hip hop was, and before people knew what house was, it was just like warehouse parties in London. People used to go to warehouse parties, and that's what it was. It wasn't like, oh, this is a hip hop party or a house party. This is 80s. 87, 88, coming around then, 89. Only like in the 90s did people like start saying what, you know, specific genres are. Before then, it was like open-minded. And when this record came out, I was like, wow, I love this song so much.
She wakes up early every morning just to do her hair now because she cares, y'all. Her day I wouldn't be right without her makeup. She's never had a makeup. She's just like you and me. She's homeless. She's homeless. As she stands there singing for money, la la dee la.
Like, if you're at a party and that record doesn't work, then you know nothing is going to work. I just want to go home.
That's definitely, I call that if in case of emergency break glass tune right there.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that song. Yo, you know it's funny that you played that because my other crew, the Triple Threat DJs, we were in the Red Bull Culture Clash out here in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And we brought her out during one of our sets. We booked her, and she was one of our artists that we booked for the set. So if you ever look on, everyone in the chat room, if you look on YouTube, you type in Culture Clash SF Red Bull, look at the fourth round.
The Culture Clash was like that's like what they did in London, right?
Yeah, the same one with Rebel Sound, like with Rodigan and
yeah,
Shy Effects and all those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I went to the one where they had Rodigan was with Shy Effects and with
the Rebel Sound.
Status. Yeah, that's it. And then the other sound was ASAP Rocky and
Stone Love.
Yeah, and it's quite a sick concept. And each one had their own vocalist come out and
So we did that in San Francisco. I was part of that.
Wow. What happened?
Yeah,
did you win?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
My man Fran Boogie in the chat room. We won that. We won that. We were going against the house guys. They were they're called Dirty Bird. They're big, like a big house crew, super big house crew. And actually they were the favorites to win that whole thing.
Sick. And you brought Crystal Waters out. Wow.
Yeah, we brought Crystal Waters out. We had
else
Souls of Mischief come out for us.
Oh, wow.
But we just did it with just hardcore. We were watching sound clashes for like a good month, and we're just kind of following that model. We weren't trying to go all gimmicky and shit. So like just did it like straight tune. Just like how Rebel Sound did, like just straight tunes. You know what I'm saying? So
that's sick.
Yeah, man.
That's sick.
Yo,
I love that concept from Red Bull. I wish
it's
they'd do it
dope.
again.
I mean, it should happen more often. You know what I mean? Definitely should happen more often. Yo, for my last tune, I mean, just because you're playing house, and I mean, I think just being able to play a little bit of everything just makes so much sense as a DJ. You know what I mean? I try to push myself as the versatility factor as far as a DJ. I think that's what sets you apart with everybody. You know what I mean? As far as like your knowledge of music and all that stuff. So, this tune is pretty much a DJ's blueprint of just DJing. Period. Like back to back. And it's funny. It was considered a tune, but it's not really a tune. It's kind of like a quick mix, a mix. But they put it on a 12-inch. Big tunes for me right here.
You say one for the trouble, two for the time. Come on, girls, let's rock.
Next song.
You say one for the trouble, two for the time. Come on, girls, let's rock that.
So I was this young. I had no idea that this was a mix, like a live mix. I just thought it was just one song. First time hearing a little scratching. that tune right there, you get the best of everything, right? Like just hip hop, disco, funk, soul. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the blueprint for me for just, just being a DJ. You know what I mean? Like,
That's an all-time classic tune.
oh man, it's funny that we say that it's a tune, but it's really just, you know what I mean? Like, it's a mix. Like,
yeah, it's true.
yeah.
It's true.
So big up the big brother, Grandmaster
But
Flash
that
on
means,
that.
but that's what hip hop is in a sense. Like you're just blending things that work well together.
Right.
And that's why for me, hip hop was like, I love, Premier and all those people, you know what I mean? I love that. But hip hop is more than just that one thing. For me, hip hop is all of these things put together because that's where hip hop came from.
Yeah, definitely. It contains a little bit of everything. And even I mean, I think that's how I got deeper into other music because I was into collecting original samples. My man Tashi, DJ Tashi from Japan, introduced me to just like record stores. Like, yo, this is the original sample to this. Oh, word! And then ever since then, I just got hooked on, finding other genres of music because of the original samples. But then I got more into like looking at the liner notes, seeing the producer, who produced that, who's the drummer on this, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man. I mean,
I met Fat Freddy in LA at that club that the Root Down used to do.
Oh, word. Okay.
And that's where they have the Dub Lab radio now. Upstairs. I've forgotten what the club is called. In Echo Park, Echoplex, Echo something.
Oh, Echoplex. Yeah.
And
the Echo. Yeah. I know where that. Yeah.
and he came. I was DJing there, and then I finished the show, and I was backstage upstairs, and he just came through, and he looks like he like never changes. He's got that same kind of like Cuban style hat, the shades, like he might be like God or something because he doesn't age. And he was just sitting there going like, I really like the show. And I didn't really know what to say to him. I was like, you're Fab Five Freddy and you're here at my show. You're like, you were there. You're like not the godfather of hip hop, but you were there to document the beginning of hip hop.
Sure.
And
even from Wild Style days. Well, even with the Wild Style days, I mean, like he was just at the forefront of everything.
So for you to come to my show and said that you had a good time at my show, you must have seen so many people play, so many amazing artists. So for you to say you came here and I was like, wow, thank you very much. But I don't know what else to say. I'm like starstruck.
Yo, I still geek out on a couple of people I meet too, man.
Especially
when I met Marley Marl. That was just like, that to me was like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, didn't even know what to say to him. Just like, I listen to all your music. I'm your biggest, you know what I mean? Like, your biggest fan. You know what I mean? Like, crazy.
I know. I love In Control Volume 1.
Oh, one of the best albums ever. Juice Crew, man. Straight up.
Oh, do you know what I mean? It was like, he was definitely like, as production-wise, as a producer, he was maybe the first, like, producer that I would look up to because he was like, the Juice Crew was like 87, 88, 89. Mm-hmm. He was before Pete Rock and Premier and those kind of people. So he was possibly, and Mantronics.
One of my favorite producers of all time.
Do you know what I mean? What Mantronics did for Just Ice and Tila Rock and those kind of people. The drum machine.
Let's call it what it is. Mantronics he made the blueprint for all the trap shit that you hear now. How about that one?
I know.
Straight up.
Actually, like when you listen to some of those old records, some of those old 80s, late 80s records, it's like they were a blueprint for a lot of the sound coming out now.
Oh, big time. I mean, everything's an 808 now. Everything's 808 baby.
You know what I mean? Like Sir Mix-a-Lot and people like that.
Yeah, but Mantronics was doing that way before everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. What's he doing now? Is he still alive?
There's a couple of tunes that I have of his that he put up some tunes on YouTube, but his production's still tight, man. Like, to me, I think he lives in the UK.
He does?
Yeah.
I know Rihanna lives in the UK.
If I'm not mistaken, anyone in the chat room could correct me on that one, but
he moved to the UK. Wow.
Yeah, I think so, man. But still like one of my favorite producers of all time, straight up.
Wow. Well, anyway, Shortkut, this was a very interesting little chat. Thank you very much for coming on. I've been trying to organize this for a while.
Yeah, no, sorry, man. I've been streaming for like 6 nights a week, man. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, this is definitely the more sit back with a, with a drink kind of thing feeling right now. So thank you for having me.
That's why I didn't want to do like, because I know you're doing all these like mixes with Newmark and this person and that person. I didn't want to just do another mix because it's like sometimes it just gets hot, it gets tiring to do all these streaming, and you got to try and vary each show. And like, for me, like some of the backstories are interesting too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. This is dope. Thank you for having me on this. Like, this is definitely a good idea because, yeah,
I'm gonna put it up. I've been recording this video, so I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. This will be up later. So for people who came in late, tune for tune, 5 tunes that inspired us to be DJs. Salute to Shortkut, Bay Area, North Bay. One love, brother.
Yes, sir.
See you soon.
Yes. One love, brother. Take care.
Peace.
What's up, chat room? Peace.